Katie was your typical housewife. Jam-packed schedule, overworked husband, teenage daughter, and a routine more predictable than a soap opera finale. But lately, the atmosphere at home was so cold you could store ice cream outside the freezer. So when her sister Gail randomly shows up asking her to cat sit while she visits their parents, Katie gives the classic, "I'm not so sure" response. But Gail, not exactly subtle, insists and even offers to pay. The universal language of, "Yes, I'll do it." Katie agrees, thinking it would just be feeding the cat and cleaning the litter box. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. While tidying her sister's place, Katie meets the neighbor, Gemma, who enthusiastically assumes Katie is the new girl on the block. The next day, Gemma knocks again, this time asking for a ride to the hospital because of severe cramps. Katie, always too polite to say no to strangers in pain, drives her. At the hospital, Gemma finds out she's not pregnant, but actually entering menopause, and also gets a medical warning about her smoking and excessive pills. That midlife crisis ends up being the beginning of an unexpected friendship. Katie and Gemma start hanging out regularly. Katie also meets Gemma's teenage son, Sander, your classic brooding, slightly creepy teen. When Katie injures her hand thanks to, guess who? The cat, she refuses to go to the hospital like her husband suggests. The result? She can't join her family on their trip to visit Grandma. Gemma, trying to cheer her up, invites Katie out to party. On paper, fun. In reality, like a deleted scene from Euphoria. Gemma gets wasted, picks a fight, and drives off in a meltdown. Crash, back to the hospital. Katie, worried, calls Gemma's husband. And the chaos doesn't stop. The cat goes missing. Katie spends the night searching for it like a one-woman pet detective. And guess who shows up the next day? Looking a bit off? Yep, Gemma's husband. He offers to help look for the cat. They hand out flyers, forming a dynamic duo. But then, the unthinkable. With her emotions all over the place, Katie ends up in an inappropriate relationship with Gemma's husband. And who catches them? Sander. Yep, creepy teen sees it all. He blackmails Katie for an iPad to keep quiet. She tries to offer cash instead, but he's set on that tablet. Oh, and the cat? Found. Dead. R.I.P. furry plot catalyst. With Gemma still in the hospital, her husband, yes, that guy, asks Katie to watch Sander for a few days. Trying to distract him and maybe herself, Katie takes him on a hike. During the walk, Sander confesses he feels more affection from her than he ever did from his mom. Katie, stunned, tells him to go home. Later, she gets confronted by Gail, furious over the dead cat. And to make matters worse, Katie finds out Tara's been hanging out with a weird group, and guess who's part of it? That's right, Sander. One day, Katie finds Sander in Tara's room. She freaks, understandably, and kicks him out. Her husband finds out and gives Tara a classic parental talk. "You're too young for this." Katie later tries to resolve things with a serious talk with Sander, telling him to stay away from Tara. His reply? "Only if you spend more time with me." Katie firmly says no and shuts that whole chapter down. Feeling the bond with her daughter slipping, Katie tries to reconnect by proposing a mother-daughter day, a walk and a beauty salon visit. The salon's closed, but the gesture speaks volumes. Tara smiles, and their connection starts to rebuild. Katie also tries to make amends with Gail by offering her a new cat. Gail refuses because no cat can replace the old one, but the gesture is appreciated. Katie realizes that despite everything, her imperfect family is what truly matters. One day, Katie decides to follow her husband and discovers that Maya, just her personal trainer. No drama, just squats and sweat. Katie apologizes, and they both commit to better communication. Finally, a bit of peace returns to the household. Tara even participates in a school art presentation, making the whole family proud. The movie ends with a clear message. Trust, communication, and emotional connection matter more than misunderstandings. The story highlights how assumptions and poor judgment can damage relationships, but also how love and effort can rebuild them. Fun fact, the film was inspired by real experiences of the director, who lived in a suburban neighborhood where mom-teen dynamics were just as messy as the plot here. And confession time. If I were in Katie's shoes, I never would have gone clubbing with Gemma. Drunk friend plus disco equals disaster. But I definitely would have gone to the hospital earlier for that infected hand. Health comes first. One thing that really stood out was how Katie, despite her mistakes, made an effort to reconnect with what truly mattered. That's a wrap. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And hey, the next video is already up right here on screen. Click it and enjoy.